everybody. Oh, let me turn my squeaky chair. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get in, but I want to show you what I got yesterday in the mail. I got Fix-It. Fix-It. It's for pastels and soft pastels, so that I can seal my pastel backgrounds. So I'm so happy. It was rather a little bit more than what I wanted to spend, but since it was specifically designed for pastels, I thought, let's get the stuff that will do the job I need. So, and hi Joyce, hi Tammy. Okay, let me pop my chat out here so I can actually see it better. Yes, there. Whenever you pop out the chat, it makes it bigger so you can see it. So, in the last day, I won't say week because I didn't touch it until yesterday. I went ahead and did the bushes and leaves. I was going to do the flowers and the grass, and I thought, no, I'm going to wait. I want to see how the frog turns out. And then decide on the colors for the flowers. I have an idea, but I wanted to double check. I wanted to make sure that what I'm thinking in my head matches what I'm doing with the frog. So we're going to go ahead and start on Mr. Frog. And I am going to, as I drop the thing, I'm going to start with the color Peppermint. And I am again using Black Widows. And this is out of the Monarch set. It's 112. So if I think Renee is wearing fleece because it's rainy. I'm just going to start very lightly coloring in my little froggy. He will not be as colorful and as beautiful as Emily's frogs were from last night because he doesn't look like a poison dart frog. Just like good old toad frog. Probably saying that wrong. Double checking. I'm trying to be better about checking the chat periodically so I don't miss anybody coming in. I still love this picture. And it was so hard to not just go ahead and color him. It's like, I'm not really good at leaving works in progress. I'm getting better at it. I usually want to make sure I have finished something. Before I get too far along. Next weekend I will be, I've got down streaming from 4 until 6. That's Central Standard Time, which is 3 until 5 for Ashley's time, 2 until 4 for Renee for the West Coast. For Ashley's birthday extravaganza. Yay! And since Renee showed what she's coloring, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm coloring. And it is this absolutely adorable picture of kittens in a basket from Nino Kurt's art. I'm loving his her or his style, but I I saw this picture and immediately thought of Ashley. So um, it was like there was no hesitation. I knew exactly what I was going to do as soon as I saw that adorable picture. And it's like, oh, it made me smile, it made me giggle, and it made me think of Ashley. And what better way to honor a good friend's birthday than with something that makes me smile, giggle, and makes me think of her. So um, I had. I'm really. If you have not checked out Nino Kurtz, it's Nino Kurtz. They are on Etsy, and just just he got some really beautiful images and artwork to color. So, and I don't see people coloring their things. So, they're somebody different and new to check out. Make sure I get his little thumb over here. Okay. That's one green down. And now I'm going to change to a darker green, and I'm going to go with a leaf green. I said hi to you, Joyce. And Tammy's starting to wake up, which makes me very happy. I'm just going to lightly put in some shading to give him some depth. And I'm sorry, I'm going to turn. I pulled the camera down, and I'm trying to talk quieter so I don't blast you out, since the mic is like right in front of my face. And but I wanted to be closer and still be in focus, because I noticed that most of my streams, and no, I haven't pulled out my other camera. I really need to do that and test it out. But I was busy doing box fur last weekend after stream, and kind of lost track of time. And I don't. So I'm just adding. I'm not gonna make him super bright. I want him bright, but I don't want him super bright. Because the fish is kind of brightly colored. I did. Well, I also did do the little emblem on the fish's coat. Did that during Renee's stream because I thought, just take me a minute, do it. I'm gonna go under his lip a little. To me, the frog does not look pleased at the interruption to the household that the fish is bringing a message, but frog does not look too pleased about having his day interrupted. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading it in. Does anybody else make up stories? Hi, Emily. Whenever they're coloring about their pictures, or am I just the odd duck? I kind of make up a story in my head of what is happening in the picture, especially whenever it's something like this. Um, you can create a really cool story in your head about what the characters are feeling. Um, Maybe I'm just strange. I'm glad, Renee. I'm glad I'm not the only one. That's that's why I enjoy doing these type of character pictures, because you can just create a whole scenario in your head and create a story. Okay, I'm gonna grab my peppermint again, and I'm gonna just kind of go over again and blend that leaf green in. And I can do that because I did such a light layer of the peppermint to begin with. And I'm using the Nina paper, and the Black Widows work much better on the Nina paper than it does. Had been using just heavier cardstock standard paper, and it was just cheap cardstock I had gotten from Walmart, and the Nina paper is so much nicer. I never thought it really mattered until I bought some Nina. And I did get some of the Desert Storm. I have yet to print anything on it. I had one kind of bad experience with tone tan Strathmore paper, where it just, to me, the picture that I did on it just looked horrible. So I admit I'm not a colored paper gal. Although I have heard nothing but awesome things about the Desert Storm Nina paper. So, and I don't want to say, well, I just don't do it because I can't find anything I like. So, and if you want to check out, I posted a review of the Arteza acrylic markers. Was it this morning? Yes, this morning it went up. No, yesterday it went up. I had done an initial review whenever I got them because I was so excited, and somebody had commented that I hadn't shaken the marker up, and my first initial reaction was, well, of course I did. And then I sat and thought, it's like, did I? So I made sure I got it nice and shook up on this review, and I did multiple medias on that review. I'm not going. I make my opinion very obvious in that the review, but I won't. And if you want my opinion, you'll have to watch the review. Ha ha ha. And Emily, I have to say, your Let's Talk that was posted this morning was awesome. I did not know Corey had been had done cake decorating. So I discovered something I did not know about Corey, and it was very informative and a fun interview. So if you guys have not checked out Emily's latest Let's Talk video, please do so. So I'm going to leave the frog as is right now, and I'm going to move on to the coat. And maybe it's just me, but he looks like, I debated about a blue coat, but I thought, no, it looks more like a red coat to me. So I'm going to start with Watermelon from the Black Widow set, number 57. And put down a coat of the watermelon. Besides, I know Tammy loves red, so she'll be happy to see me working in red or reddish. But his coat reminds me of the British red coats from the Revolutionary War. So, in that style. So, just screamed red to me. And I discovered something interesting. Whenever I'm doing this type of picture with animals fun, I color light to dark. But if I'm doing portraits, I have a tendency to color dark to light. And I don't know if it's just the way I have always done it, or I don't know. I think I'm a little strange at times. And I know the coat looks a little pink at the moment, so, but never fear, it will get red. I want to lay down my first layer of color. The first layer always seems to take, if you're doing layering, the first coat always seems to be a little bit longer to lay down because you're coloring the white color. And I may be wrong, but to me, if you're sloppy in your first coat, then your second and third coat will look sloppy. And I don't know if it's just because in your mind's eye you thought that you said, oh well, that looks really sloppy, I'll fix it. And in your mind's eye it says, oh well, nope, you can't fix it, you were sloppy. So I know I have seen other colors just kind of just haphazardly, and I thought, and then it turns out beautiful. So I think it's just in my mind. My mind plays tricks. Yeah, I was looking at the clothes that I can possibly take to Australia whenever I go in a year, and I thought, I gotta get some red. I gotta get some more red in my life. I buy clothes the way I in my favorite colors, which is purples and teals. So but it's a step up because at one time almost everything in my closet was either gray or black. But I have embraced colors. It just and Renee, thank you for such an awesome stream. Your acorn picture is coming along beautifully, and it almost makes me want to pick up that book again. I've been impressed with what other people have colored in the Circle of Life, but the one picture I have done came out okay. I got too impatient, and that's one of the reasons why I find Kirby and Thompson Colin or Colin Thompson, can't remember. Oh my gosh, um, so hard to do because I get frustrated because it isn't going fast enough for me. I mean, I'm not a fast colorist as it is, but and I've got a death grip on my pencil for some reason. Although I'm doing light pressure, so and no, I'm not doing the underside of his coat because I want to kind of do that in like a black, so it has like a black lining. Um, yeah, the Kirby. I have to admit, Kirby to me is daunting. I love his imagery. I have several of his books. I've only colored two pictures from Kirby because I just find them overwhelming and I get frustrated, and then I have a tendency to mess up what I've spent hours on it, and then I'm getting frustrated trying to rush to the end, and I'm trying to learn patience in my coloring. Um, in this, I actually had a dream about a picture I colored years ago. I have bizarre dreams, okay? Um, but for some reason, uh, in my dream, I was told that it wasn't the picture was pretty but not good enough to be hung in a gallery. I know, weird dreams, guys. So I actually printed that out and probably am going to be working on that to see if I can make it nicer than the first time I colored it back in 2017. Um, I like redoing pictures for the simple fact I can kind of see how I've progressed. If I've actually, I think I'm improving in my coloring technique. Um, but it's nice to have a confirmation by looking back at an original and something I do today and seeing if it's actually as good or better than what it was the last time I colored it. So, and I have to admit that usually they are better. So I've learned so much from watching people stream. Have I missed anybody coming in? I don't think so. Don't think so. Um, and I agree, Joyce. It's beautiful out, but man, is it hot or warm? Not hot. Hot is whenever it's 100 degrees. Hmm. Now I'm trying to decide which. I've got three pencils that look very similar. I've got blood red, deep red, and blood diamond. I think they're too much of a jump to go immediately. I think I'm going to go with. You did not see me drop that pencil. More pink. I think I'm going to go with ladybug and then deep red is my third. So this is Ladybug. That's one of the things I love about the Black Widows is they have such cool names. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm turning the page. I am a turner. And I yell at people for apologizing, and then I'm apologizing. I'm going to do quite a bit in the ladybug, almost covering the watermelon. Because it is a pretty red, but and just using the watermelon as my first coat to make the pencil slide easier. Again, I'm using really light pressure. The queen of light pressure is Emily, and I'm trying to take notes from her to get to color lightly and and not overpower the picture with my coloring. Yes, Ashley, I agree. I like seeing how much I've progressed. Um, and I probably have grown more in the last year and a half than I have the entire time I've been coloring. And I think it's because I've actually taken the time and watched and rewatched videos of art colors that I admire. And their coloring styles. Um, I've taken the time and I think I've picked up a little bit something from everybody I've watched. So um, that's why if somebody asks, I'm says I'm new to the coloring community, how can I get to be good? And it's like, well, watch videos and try to emulate those people that you like their style, and then put your own twist on it. And then there's certain people that you watch just for the joy of watching them. Ashley is one of those. Tammy is one. I love Tammy streams. Um, I never color whenever I watch Tammy because I know I'm going to be laughing too hard. Um, I almost did not stream today. I have to admit, I have the oopsies today. I'm dropping uh, I'm dropping stuff on the floor. Kind of, I'm just all over the place. My brain is just running 100 miles an hour. Um, and I gotta say, Emily, I love the picture you did while you were talking to Corey. It is so pretty. So, of course, it's a jointed bass bird. I believe it's from Worlds of Wonder, if I'm not correct. If I'm correct. Yeah, Ashley, I agree. Hi, Marilyn. How you doing? So nice of you to join. Um, I really need to break down and download some streaming software. Uh, I'm hesitant to do that right before a stream because with my luck, it won't work. So, unfortunately, I have missed so many Tanya streams lately. I need to get back, need to set a reminder and get my butt on to Tanya's stream. Um, but I'm usually, while Tanya stream, trying to get something to eat and get the dog, get the dog settled, feed him his supper, fix me supper, feed the dog and me supper, or let the dog eat half of my supper. Um, and that while Tanya's streaming. And I usually don't sit down to relax and really take everything in until shortly before Emily's stream on Friday night, because invariably Fridays are the time that everybody at work, they dump stuff onto me at the last minute because they want it off their desk before the weekend. And it's like, but I had my desk almost clear. So I usually work a little bit longer on Fridays than what I should. Of course, then again, I work. I have been told repeatedly I work too many hours. But yeah, he's coming along. He's kind of blurry. I definitely need to break out a new camera. I am so looking forward. Emily's going to be getting a new camera. Jealous. But yeah, I have a nice camera. That's a video camera specifically designed or for streaming, and I have no idea why I've never broken it out. Yeah. Thank you, Ashley. I love you guys. And it sounds so corny. Um, I've switched to the Blood Diamond. Um, I actually, I mean, I know people. I've got to ask, how can you be friends with someone you've never met in person? And it's like, but you don't understand. I spent hours with these people. I spent hours with mutually enjoying something that brings us together. Um, you know, and I much rather spend time with you guys because I'll be honest, you're probably the only group of friends I have that don't have drama. I don't have to. I don't. There's, yes, people get sick. Yes, people don't feel well. People are having babies, and it's great. But there's no nasty bitterness, bickering, and that just it makes life so much more pleasant if you can spend time with people that you genuinely enjoy their company and you have a shared interest. Um, and yes, it may be only online. And yes, but I feel closer to some of you guys than I do people I've known for years because, those people at one time we had things in common, but really we've kind of grown apart because they just don't understand the coloring community or coloring, how I can spend time, hours coloring, and just, they don't understand that, whenever I'm coloring, all the stress of the week, all the stress having to do with my job, all the stress having to do with everyday life just kind of melts away. I'm spending time with people that I generally enjoy their conversation, their um, you know what we talk about, uh, you know, and you know somebody says, "Oh, all you talk about is coloring." It's like, no, you don't understand. If I'm really hungry and I want good food ideas, I go to Emily's stream because we always talk about food in Emily's stream. Always. Point blank, the conversation always turns to food. And I have gotten some really great food ideas from the people on Emily's stream. It's like, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that, Oh, like last night we were talking about coffee, and Angie, I never knew that, said something about put a little bit, a touch of salt in your coffee will do the bitterness. I've been drinking coffee since I was probably 10. Never heard of that. Never heard of that. I've discovered something new. Totally blanked out on it this morning whenever I made coffee, trying to wake my butt up. But um, yeah, it's something I'm going to try. Maybe this afternoon, whenever I get my afternoon cup of coffee, to see if it actually will take the bitterness out, and if it's actually something I'm going to enjoy. Uh, Miss Emily has got me stuck on almond creamer. Um, you know, Even though I'm not gluten intolerant, um, I have started using the almond creamer on Emily's recommendation. Uh, I have watched TV shows or movies on a recommendation of someone that they've talked in stream about it. Um, it's a nice way. But as I said, the biggest part for me is I can talk to people that, accept me for who I am, accept my quirks for who I am, and have a shared interest, and there's no drama. There's no backbiting. There's, as far as I know, if there is nastiness, it's the people that are nasty don't last very long. As I have not heard from Sammy, I keep checking to see if she'll do an update video, just or even a small post to let everybody know that she's doing okay. Has and another person that has not I've not heard from in a couple of weeks is Karen Valentine. Valentine, the art of Karen Valentine. I've not. She has not posted anything in 2 weeks, and I don't know what's going. I'm concerned about her too. Um, I and I don't know how of a way to get get a hold of her. If anybody knows anything about her, but I have I have a feeling that Sammy is probably a little overwhelmed with the young one. Um, I've never had children, so you know the moms in the group can tell me how it is, but um, what do you think of him so far? Is he starting to take shape? Starting to look like a red coat? Probably end up doing several coats of red on this. Um, but as I said, this is probably, I have been in other communities, and this community, this group of people is just absolutely awesome. They're supportive. They're you know um, you know Renee is a big supporter. It's like, oh, make sure you check this stream out and go to this stream, and it's like, it's so nice. It's not like there's bitterness and that. So uh, Alex, that is what I have heard. Um, as I said, I've never had children. I've got several friends who have kids, but it was not something I wanted to experience firsthand. It was a choice of mine not to have kids. Um, if I have an overwhelming need to be around children, I have enough cousins that somebody has always got a little one. Couple hours and I'm done. I'm good for a while. Okay. I'm going to go back with my ladybug and put another coat on, bringing out that red a little bit more. Dragging that dragon bloods up and in. Although the sleeve is looking a little funky. There. A little bit darker up here on the other side of that sleeve. And yes, I'm two-hand penciling it at the moment. There. That's much better. Much better. Much better. I wish I knew how to adjust the light or the brightness. Let me see if I can. Oh, that's much better. Still have light, but that's a much better light to show the true color of the pencil. There, now he looks red and not kind of odd colored. I don't think. Now I got a question. What color do you see his pants in? I have an idea, I want to see if other people say. And I'm purposely leaving those areas light. Um, Renee, our poet, you're still in the honeymoon stage. Wow. Creamy yellow. Okay. Renee, you're in the honeymoon stage too. I'll have to be honest, Ashley, creamy yellow was not uh, on my list. But yeah, I can see it. I was thinking maybe blue with creamy yellow shirt. What do you think, Ashley? Okay. I'm pretty satisfied with the coat. Now my beautiful full Crin Dash blender. Gonna go over that, mush it down, bring those colors together, blend it in, even it out. What I was thinking about for the flowers up here is kind of a purplish pink, but I wasn't sure because I don't want to get too many different colors going in this picture. Um, if you have not used the Crin Dash blender, which I'm pretty sure everybody that's in the chat has, they're marvelous. And I think I've decided I'm going to go to Cold Pens and I'm going to purchase a pencil blender and make myself try it out, see if I love it. As much as I love the full blender, gearing up for whenever they discontinue the full blender, which that's another thing that I had in my dream last night, that we sent a petition to Crin Dash demanding that they do not do away with the full blender. Getting all the signatures and that saying no, don't do it away. We want to continue with the full blender. Don't even know if that's possible or if they'd even listen. Okay. There you go. Okay, creamy yellow. Let's start with, as I pull this out, let's start with a mink from the Monarch set. There, I need Emily's pencil tap. Hey, Louise. Hey, Deb. I don't think I said hi to you earlier. Hey, if enough of us sign the petition saying we don't want you to do away with it, maybe we can stop them from doing it. Who knows? It's an idea. It's a thought. Am I the only one that finds if it's a lighter color like this, I have a tendency to color harder or press harder? Okay, first layer down. Creamy yellow. Let's see. Sorry, I had to bring it over into the light. This says gold. I think I'm going to hold off on the gold and go with a light yellow. And yes, I pulled out my Staedtler Club sharpener that Emily highly recommended, and I'm loving it. If I ever get my back room organized, spend the time to organize it versus sitting here coloring, I will do a tour of my craft supplies. But right now, it's a hodgepodge of things. And there are things I have in my craft room that, well, frankly, I need to dispose of, donate, because I will never use them again. I purchased them at one point in life whenever I was doing other types of crafts, and now they're just sitting here gathering, well, not dust because they're in bins. There you go. Yep. It would help if I actually pulled the one down. Okay. Now I'm going to go with the gold, which is a darket. Well, at one time, little known fact, I actually was doing flowers, artificial flowers for weddings. You didn't see that? I didn't pop that tip. Nope, I didn't. I was doing wedding flowers. So I have an entire tub of flower stems that have a couple flowers missing here, a couple flowers missing there. They're not complete stems, so it's not like I can put them in a vase and have them make a pretty flower arrangement with them. But they're missing parts of the flower stem. I've used the leaves off of this one and the flowers off of that one, and I have an entire tub of flower parts, for lack of a better word. And I don't. Most of my friends are married, long time. Don't plan on going to doing wedding flowers again. And really, why am I keeping them? Scraps, Louise, scraps. They're partial stems of flowers, and I saved them because you never know if you need just a few white to offset a the whole scheme in a bouquet. So I never threw anything away. It's a hodgepodge of items that I'm going back with the milk. Again, maybe I shouldn't. I'm sharpening them too sharp. I'm popping the tips. I sharpen and then pop the tips off. Just a waste of good pencil. Was that more what you were thinking, Ashley, whenever you said creamy yellow? Oh, I'm smiling like a loon at Ashley, like she can actually see me smiling at her. Yeah. I haven't lost my mind. Really, I haven't. I promise. I haven't lost my mind. Okay. I'm going to go with Blue Daisy, starting on the pants. Before I do that, I forgot his cuffs. And I want to do the cuffs in the same colors that I did his shirt. So I'm going to start with the milk. Yep, that's gold. Light yellow. And then that yellow. And I may go back and add a little gray to this, a light gray, to kind of get those shadows in, and then bring that gold in. And it actually makes that coat pop, doesn't it? Go back to the milk, make one more pass to smush it all together. Okay, now yeah, I've never gotten into stamping. I've got a good friend who does stamps, and she designs her own card, and every year I get a card from her that she has handmade, stamped, and they're beautiful. And I look at them and think, oh, look at all the hours she spent making these beautiful cards. Just not stamping is not something I've ever been overly interested in doing. They're beautiful, but and yes, I have kept every single one of her handmade cards. They are in a box um, of just her. All it is her handmade cards. Um, Although I had cut up a couple and made them into ornaments for my Christmas tree. Um, I have actually enough handmade ornaments from Christmas cards that I can actually decorate almost an entire 7 foot tree with just handmade uh, Christmas card ornaments. Um, and I did the reason I have them, or I did that, was shortly after my father passed away. My mother did not want to put up a Christmas tree that first year, and she was babysitting my niece's cats, who were ill behaved to say the least. Did not know about climbing, and she didn't want to destroy the Christmas tree. I'm going with Blue Horizon from the Scorpion set. So I spent several weeks hand making Christmas tree ornaments of old Christmas cards so they would not get broken if the cats climbed up in the tree. And it made the tree a totally different tree. And then I set up brought my Christmas tree over, so it was not the Christmas tree that my mom and dad always set up. And I set her up a Christmas tree that year because I figured she needed a little joy in her life. And obviously, I kept the ornaments. Christmas tree is tucked downstairs. I moved it back to my house, and then whenever she passed away, I moved it into this house. But I have an entire box of Christmas tree ornaments that I made, and I don't know, maybe it's me, but every single time I bring them out, I think of my father because they were made the first Christmas after he passed away. So, and I think of my mom too. So, but made for a very special tree because most of the cards that I used were ones that her and my father had got received um, from friends, and I cut out like signatures and put them on the back. So um, made them kind of special, made the tree special. Uh, and my mom would said that she would sit for hours remembering getting those cards and having discussions with my dad. So it's a good thing. I actually really enjoyed making them. So I want to lighten that up a little. Okay. Now one shade darker. Hmm. No, that's too purplish. Yes, I will mix up her own words. Get much better. I'm going with Galaxy Blue. got my lighting on his pant leg a little off on his cuff. So just take it out and I'll add it later. And a little shading in the darker color along where the coat would be. I feel like I just put a butt on this frog. I'm gonna go back with my blue daisy. Darkening up these pants a little bit. Now that I've got the shading in. Sorry, I've gone quiet suddenly. I'm trying to have the same problem. So I color at first the darker colors because the lighter color shows up better. Whenever I'm doing faces and portraits, I go dark to light. But on these fancy fantasy animal pictures, I go, especially whenever I'm using black widows or prismas, I always seem to put down a base coat of light colors and then go dark. And I'm not sure why I do that. What you did not see me do is just wipe the red off my my blender on my clothes. Kind of smush this together with the blender. And we've got blue pants on our frog. And I think what I'm going to do is use the same yellow or the creamy yellow that I used up here in his stockings. So I'm going to start with the milk. Checking my time. Then keep grabbing the gold before I grab the yellow. adding a little yellow into those stockings. On the edges. Yeah, I have a feeling there's going to be some, well, that was not what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's all right. Need that second stocking to be a little darker. Anyway, so, and then go in with my milk again. Okay, now it's shoe time. And I really like how the shoes on the fish came out. So I'm going to go with the same style, starting with the gray thorn. I mean, I could go totally black on the shoes, but I think he'd lose some of the detail on it if he did. I was looking at a cricket the other day, and it's like, no, you don't need another hobby. Okay. Okay. Gray. And then go with a little darker gray, which I think that's too dark. I think I'm going to go with that one. This is Shadow from the Monarch 125. Feel like I'm missing stuff in chat. It's like, cricket cutters. Just let you guys talk amongst yourself while I'm concentrating on trying to figure out if I like how the shoe's coming out or not. Put that in. Okay, now go with Actually, you don't have room to buy out the entire store unless you get a secondary apartment. Get a second apartment, put all your crafting stuff, and then you could just go craft in your own private crafting world. I shouldn't tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Ashley, I'm sorry. I apologize. I actually thought about um, doing a she shed, and I thought, wait a second, I have an entire house. I don't live with anybody. Do I really need to do a separate she shed just for my art supplies? It's kind of, I could use the storage and the space, but really kind of silly since I live by myself. That I would think about purchasing a she shed to have room for crafting supplies. But I'd like to be able to store canvases and that from um, whenever I was doing fluid art. I've got a bunch of blank canvases here that kind of like to get out of my dining room, so I can actually use my dining room again. Have a meal, have somebody over. It hasn't been a problem in the last year plus because I don't want people here. But eventually, I'd like to be able to have friends over and have a place to sit and eat and have conversation. So I'm taking my blender, blending those colors out. And yes, I know I missed the buckle. So, what do you think of him so far, guys? I think we need to find an appropriate pink. Kind of I'm going to go with the skin color from, or the rust color from the skin, light skin tone set. Oh my goodness gracious. And do his little lips. And I'm going to take a light blue, which is denim. Yes, I'm giving my frog blue eyes. Just seems like he needs blue eyes. And use my the same blue daisy that I used in the pants. It's my darker color in the eyes. Okay. I need a darker green. Leaf green. Yeah, I'm going to use the leaf green. And go around this area under his eyes. I'm making him have froggy bags. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how he's turning up. Angie! Hey, Angie! She shows up because I was talking about her, how wonderful she is. Okay. I'm going to go with gunmetal, which I think. Nope, not gunmetal. I take that back. I'm going to go with light gray. And I'm just going to color his hair piece light gray. It seems counterproductive, I know, since he should have a white wig on, but I will show you what I plan on doing. So now he has a gray wig. And I have found a reason to use the Arteza acrylic marker. I need to prime it. Because I know the Arteza acrylic marker will soak in, but it will still add that white that I want to the hair. I knew I'd find a reason to use these. Didn't want to send them back. Okay. put it away. Okay, now I've got the buckles on a shoe and the buckles. So I am going to once again turn to my sparkly gel two-tone pens. I don't know why I'm grabbing a separate piece of paper. I've got scratch paper right in front of me. And I'm going to make his buckles sparkly. Sparkly. Must be out of frame. Because I have a feeling the frog is higher up in the realm of things than the fish. Works for a better master. And I'll be honest, I love the sparkly gels. Now we have the underside of his coat and this belt. So I'm going to go back to my grays. The gray thorn. I'm going to go back to the shadow, which is the darker gray. These are Faber-Castell. It's got Pilot. It's hand barrel stationery, and it's got all kinds of different brand names on here. So there are two-tone. They're two-tone ink, dual ink, hybrid, and these are something I found. I totally forgot I had them, and I was looking in my art supplies and discovered them, and it's like, I'm going to use them, and then I started playing with them, and it's like, I love them. They're bright and sparkly, and they and that. So, if that, I don't know if that helps. I'm going to make the belt gray here. And fill in the underside of his coat gray. And then use my midnight, which is the a blackish. It's not totally black. There's a darker black. And bring shadow into this. I didn't want it totally black. I could have just easily made it totally black. Oh, I just broke the pencil. I'm a bad person. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Nothing like sharpening away and popping the pencil off whenever you pull it out of the pencil sharpener. Uh-oh. Hey, Melissa, how are you feeling today? Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You just come say hi. Oh. Hi, sweetheart. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Where are you? Come here. Let's show you my entire inner workings. Hi, baby. Hello, Mr. Wiggs. Hi. Hi. Okay. Now I gotta go back to coloring. Yeah. Let me take you for a ride. Yes. Hi, Rigger Rose. He has to come say hi. See what mommy's doing. With this gold button. He's busy eating spilled kitty cat food. Because I filled up the cat bowl this morning with dry cat food and I spilled some in a box. And he's over here eating the cat food now. Because mommy hasn't fixed lunch. So obviously the puppy is starving. There you go. I don't know how much more, if I'm going to get the door done or not, but I'm going to shoot for it. My frog is done. That is Mr. Riggs, the famous Mr. Riggs. I think I'm going to go from the Black Widow, Stink Bug. Isn't that a great name? The other day, driving home from picking Riggs up from puppy daycare, I actually had a guy lean out the car driving in the lane next to me and asked me if I wanted to sell him my dog. And of course, it's like I was taken aback. And I told him only for $5 million cash. Because I knew this guy would no way have $5 million cash on hand. And I drove off. It's like, who does that? Who actually does that? Who has to buy a random stranger's dog? But Mr. Riggs was sitting so nice and handsome in his sitting like a good boy in the back seat, just kind of looking out the window, not hanging out the car, just sitting there like he had not a care in the world in the back seat. So I don't know. People around here are strange, but it's like I don't think he was actually serious, but I don't know. But yeah, we were stopped at a stoplight, and I heard him talking to him, which is like a normal occurrence. People talk to my dog all the time at stoplights. Um, because unless it's winter, I drive with my windows down so Riggs can put his nose on the top of the windowsill and smell the world. He does not hang his head out the car window, but he does put rest his little nose on the window so he can smell the world. Uh, so he is a good boy. There's something dropped on my paper. I need a sticky spot. It had been a splash of tea from me dropping the tea earlier. One never knows. I would say so, Tammy. Um, my boss, whenever his cat was still alive, God rest him, his little soul, took his cat everywhere. Uh, um, he traveled all over with him. But yeah, my cats hate being in the car. Think you were killing? They were going. They were killing them if you put them in the car. But they are definitely inside kitty cats. They don't like going outside. They like looking outside. Don't go outside. Terrified. Um, Galahad, my black cat, won't even go out to the garage with the garage closed because that's not his territory. I think Riggs is in there eating the cat food from the cat bowl because I hear munching. And it's not from the kitchen, so he's eating the dry cat food. Again, I'm just doing a light layer of this stink bug, which sounds horrible. Just laying down some color. Another good way to do large areas like this, if you uh, haven't tried it, get an alcohol marker in light tones, and you can quick and easy um, do a base layer of color. Okay. Yeah. I missed the hole, Renee. I missed the hole. Now, go one up. I'm going to go Rusty from the Monarch set, opposed to the Rust earlier. Move my brush, hit my brush. The door crack. Crack in the wood. Almost looks like that. Since there's only one handle, I wonder if it's just one great big door. Not sure. Get some wood grain in. Adding wood grain to wood is kind of like randomly flicking hair. Winchester's a special kitty, I'll tell you. He's so stinky cute. I can't wait to meet him in person. So is my door looking more door-like? Going back with my stink bug. Hi, Mandy. How you doing? Again, I popped the lid. That's aggravating. Adding a little more texture in the door. The same color as my base color. I wish you guys could see what I'm seeing on this, because it looks so much better than what it does on the stream in real life. And I will take a picture after stream so you can see the better. Okay, got about 15 minutes before Tammy streams. You are streaming, correct, Tammy? Angie, the good thing is puppies grow up to be dogs. Cats stay kittens stay kittens their entire life. They may be bigger kittens, but they're still kittens. Going back to the Rusty, adding in a little shadow. Now, obviously, I am not going to be able to finish this in the next 15 minutes. Plus, I want to give you guys time to use the restroom, get a drink before Tammy starts the stream. So I'm going to end it a little bit early. But I'm not going to make a third stream out of this. I am going, because I've done the bigger elements out of it. So what I am going to do, I'll finish it and post it. Next weekend, I'm going to be streaming 2 hours later than normal for Ashley's birthday bash, which I'm looking forward to. I'll be doing that adorable kitten picture I showed earlier. So I'm going to finish this one off stream, and then the following week I'll start on a new project. I think I'm going to go back to using maybe doing a portrait with alcohol markers. We'll see how that works out, or what I feel like in 2 weeks. So okay, so I have done Mr. Frog and the door to the castle, or the door to the building. I will finish up the grass, the flowers, and the stones, and probably put a blue sky on this on my own, and I will post it. I will post it in Emily's group on my homepage, and in Renee's group, and of course on my Instagram. So I want to say thank you for joining us. You got to I got about 10 minutes before Miss Tammy streams. So get yourself a glass of water. Make sure you go to the restrooms, because you know you're going to be laughing, and we don't want any happy accidents. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye, guys. You have a great one.